Yo, yo, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully, you had a good weekend with your family. Sorry, I haven't been checking in as much. We had some stuff going on a personal level. The kids are good. Don't worry about that, anything like that. But just some family stuff going on. So I haven't really been around the house. Dude, what's great is that I wasn't. We were staying at some family's house, and while we were there, they were that's across the river, kind of ways away. But while we were there for a few nights, we come back on Friday and our AC isn't working. It's like one thing after another. Being a homeowner sometimes it has its things about it. So we're still dealing with that. I'm waiting on the AC guy to come here. Actually, should be coming soon. Hopefully, that's what he said. I think I'm about to text him live on this video when I could just start the video over. I could just start the video over because I was less than a minute in, but you know what? That's what I do. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on the video after the video is done. So we had the idea going into the CPI report. Was it CPI? Whatever. The Powell speech. That perhaps this was going to be a short-term accumulation that was going to come back up and retest this liquidity zone. That is not what happened. Actually, you had a great dump after this pump here. And you are down 6.5% from that peak of that day. And like I said, playing into those speeches, you're gambling, and sometimes you gamble and you lose. But yeah, we thought that we were gonna kind of follow these little green algorithm things that I have drawn out here on the chart, but that's not what occurred. You got sold out, treated as a redistribution. So now where do we stand? Dude, it is freaking hot in here. I'm not going to lie. Holy shit. It's just hitting me. I just made a really long video reacting to Trey's video about how he's not going to cover AMC anymore. Be on the lookout for that. It's going to be coming out. I'm waiting for it to process on YouTube right now, but that takes a long time. I got to be honest with you. It does. I know a lot of people that I see on Twitter are getting pretty bullish here. And it's possible here that you develop this double bottom out, and then this local double bottom. And I know a lot of people are saying that this could play out as a double bottom, which is possible. I can see how you would have a relief bounce up to like 373 or so, but I gotta say, being underneath all these trend lines in this manner makes me feel like it's actually more likely that what's going to happen is you have a bounce like this, and then your relief bounce is going to get exhausted out relatively soon, and you actually do end up coming down here. That is what the chart is telling me on a fundamental level. If you look at the more broad chart, it looks like this COVID accumulation played out into this distribution thereafter. And now you want to come back down and retest this liquidity, which is something that we discussed. And that was my more macro view anyway of where the markets were. If you remember a few weeks ago, maybe it was a few weeks ago, maybe it was last week, I'm not sure. But I did that video where I covered the VPVR that was localized from the COVID bottom. And the reason that was so relevant, let me see if it's still here. I hope it is. I might have deleted it, though. It wasn't even on SPY. I don't know. I guess we can just do it right quick. We did a fixed range volume profile. And we did it from this peak to now. And locally, this volume profile is relatively bearish because it's becoming more top heavy, and you're trading below this liquidity range. Now, I will say, yeah, so you just got rejected off of this volume shelf. That's Simba, and possibly his butthole. I didn't see, but his butthole might have actually gotten into the picture there. So I apologize if you just saw my cat's butt, but he doesn't care. He's a cat. That's the way it works. But anyway, Yeah, look, now you are trading below this volume shelf, this larger volume shelf here, and you are into this lower volume range, which is relatively undertraded. And then we correlated that with this Fibonacci, which is the macro Fibonacci that really matters, and you are sitting right on this Fibonacci level, the 0.382, which is really tiny. I know you can't see it. Let me fix it right quick because I was probably charting on mobile last time I was charting. And let's make the text larger. There you go. So it's a little bit easier on the eyes there. And you're testing this 382 right now. This 364.76 was that Fibonacci that you bounced at before for that $430 rally. And I gotta say that once you fail this level, 335 makes a lot of sense, right? If you look at the next volume shelf down. And I think that is the more likely scenario, is that you end up trading back down here. And it could happen relatively soon. And you come, so like this motion overall that I'm expecting, in one way or another, right? I think maybe you can get that little relief bounce. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a double bottom, and then you get rejected down. Here. Or maybe it happens a little bit quicker in this manner and you come and test this this trend line in this way, something like that. But that is what I'm expecting fully now. So I would be on the lookout for that, and I would be invalidated. I would go short up here, or when you have a clean break below here, either on the retest or if you have a clean break below the previous low. And especially a daily close below that previous low. If it looks like it's going to close towards the end of market hours, that might be a good time for entry. And play for the short end of this thing. That's my bias right now. That would be invalidated if you were to break back into this uptrend here. Okay? So green for bullish. And then, but you can see that my potential bearish scenarios outweigh my bullish scenario. Okay? That's pretty much what I'm seeing. Let's wait. We can look at. Oh my goodness. Oh, this chart's a mess. This must be mobile charting that's translating over or something. Holy shit. Yeah, you can see. Zoom out a little bit. We're on a 5-minute chart. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean you're testing you're testing for that double bottom. So you're definitely you're playing that game right now. I'm overall not optimistic. I gotta be honest with you, and like I said, I'm not playing the long side of this at all. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting for that fake out to the top, and then we'll see where the volume's at whenever that happens. And personally, I'm playing the short side whenever that happens. And again, I will be invalidated if we break across key trend lines. So that's what I'm overall looking for. I guess we can jump into AMC APE. This thing's getting absolutely crushed, guys. Like, I mean, it is like, I mean, it is worst case scenario after worst case scenario. It is bull trap after bull trap. You are getting sent to hell on this pairing here. Basically, nothing essentially is going right. Whenever there are bullish kind of setups, they're getting invalidated relatively quickly. APE has gotten particularly hammered. I even drew this potential falling wedge look that you had here. You broke out of it. I was looking for this retest here, and you've even invalidated that retest. So I would expect that you trade even lower into this range, perhaps down to this 318 again. And that's your next chance for reversal on APE. We can pull up AMC right quick. Let's see. Dude, it is so hot in here. Holy shit. I'm dying. Oh, God. I gotta redraw my fib. What did I just undo? Yeah, I mean AMC, same deal, right? I mean you're getting rejected. Well, hold on here. You could have a Simba. Come on, dude. You're messing up my game, bro. You could have a valid falling wedge developing here, but this still is a. I mean, because you haven't had enough tests of the top and the bottom yet. So even if this is a falling wedge, you're still gonna trade much lower in this thing. You need at least one more test of the top, and probably one more test of the bottom of this thing, in my opinion. But if you break this downtrend at any point, then you could have some relief bounce up to this 11-13 level. But again, you've gotten rejected over and over again on these stocks. The volume seems to be in bears' favor, in my opinion. Bears seem to be, even though you are decreasing in volume here. And I mean, this does kind of look like a sell climax sort of event that happened on today's daily candle. So I would look for some consolidation on this thing if you're trying to be bullish on it. Let's see. For the bullish outlook, if you were, yeah, I mean, you are like hanging on by the skin of your teeth here. Tomorrow, you have to see this thing bounce up a little bit, get some recovery, and be trading sideways along this fib for you to stay alive. You could see a breakout in that way, right? And I mean, obviously, this could go higher, test here, come back down, test here before you break out. But I do think that actually after this, the more likely scenario would be that you trade lower into this this range on AMC. So we'll make the bearish red. So that's basically how I see AMC and APE. Overall, I am pretty neutral, but mostly like neutral short term, but my bias is bearish as far as like the going into the beginning to mid October. The bullish setups that we were covering over the course of the past like week or two, if the bullish setups that we covered haven't played out the way that they needed to. You didn't have bulls step in when you needed to. In fact, the contrary has occurred, and bears have really stepped in and put some volume on bulls' throats, in my opinion. Ooh, that's a little violent sounding. Yeah, same thing here. I mean, this looks like I'd imagine it's going to look like a bear channel. Yeah, I mean, it's just a channel, and you had these bullish tests, you broke out, and then you got rejected back down below. So I think you're going to continue to trade down into the range. That's just my opinion. As far as price targets go, it's a little bit harder to do with this relatively new pairing. But you can draw this fib here. Yeah, see, you're testing this 2414 extension, and it looks like you want to go down and trade to this 932 on the pairing. So I'm overall bearish. Got to be midterm bearish on that, and I'm bearish on SPY. I just think that this. And I mean, look, market wide, it really matters, right? It matters to look at SPY, and we've said that over and over again. And everybody says negative beta or whatever, but that is not a way, in my opinion. When I look at AMC, I'm not looking at it for a negative beta opportunity. I'm looking at pure technicals. But I see this as a distribution that is going to play out down to 335, the previous high, the COVID high, essentially, like right before the COVID sell-off occurred. That local high is going to get eventually retested. Okay, so that means that I think my bias overall on the market is going to be very bearish. Bitcoin looks distribution-y to me. Looks like, I mean, Bitcoin really looks bad. Like now that you've broken these long-term uptrends, this is a macro bull trend from April 2013. You have completely failed it now. You have closed many daily candles below, so you're clearly rejecting this trend now. I think that you might have one more little bullish fake out for Bitcoin. Back up to this 21.3, but I think that the eventuality is 14K within the next couple months for Bitcoin, which I think probably this 14 to this could be a good buying opportunity long term on the thing. I don't see why not. As of right now, I'm not really seeing why you wouldn't be able to have an accumulation occur down here. Now, if you continue to be range bound on this, I am looking at this. If you continue to be range bound on this, and then maybe you have one more fake out down below, and then you start to build ahead of steam here, I don't see why you couldn't have a bull rally in that way. But that's going to take like a year, right? So it would be similar to this big accumulation that occurred back here on Bitcoin, leading up to the COVID bottom, which ended up being a spring for Bitcoin. And that was ultimately what led to your accumulation finishing off. You retested this level here, and then you blasted off for your markup into your distribution that occurred in 2021. So regardless, it's going to take a long time before Bitcoin sees all-time highs again. And I mean, you could see short-term rallies occur again, but I don't foresee in the short term Bitcoin going back up to these like 50, 60K prices. I don't see that happening. The absolute highest that I could see, and I would actually probably be very happy to be shorting, would be maybe you come up to this 38K one last time before you get rejected back down. Some sort of really bad news or something. Ethereum, we were trying to be bullish on Ethereum. We saw a lot of bullish setups occur. Overall, it is consolidating in the range that we were expecting it to. You can actually see that this purple line, I can't remember what video it was, but if you go back to the videos, I was saying Ethereum is just a common sense short. Whenever I made that video, it would have been probably around the 17th, 16th, something like that. And then you absolutely went to crap town, got sent down here to like 1230. We had this level as a potential recovery point here in this golden pocket range. That's what you did. You tested your 707. You came back up. And I mean, I could see this one rounding out short term and popping back up to maybe this 1427, 1550 if you have enough volume at 1427. But overall, I do still see the long-term bear case more clearly. And I would say that Ethereum is at least going to go back and retest this like $830 price point. It just looks really overextended and unhealthy up here. So that's basically how I feel. Luna Classic, man, this thing has been so much fun to follow. And I haven't traded it as much as probably I should have because I freaking can't. I'm not trading at 3 in the morning. Okay, I'm not doing that. All right, I did that. I did enough of that. All right, but this thing has been freaking crazy. The volatility on this thing has been absolutely insane. And whenever it was up here, actually, I think it would have been up here like 40 cents this time, September 13th. Me and Rico, I was telling Rico, I was like, dude, this thing is going to freaking 18 cents. And I was basing that off of, what was the Fibonacci? It might not be on this chart because it might be the longer term chart. Frick, dude. Oh, well, it might be this one. Yeah, this is actually it right here. Yeah, you started this move. This Fibonacci was like way out here, like doing nothing. That's why I was so confused. I was saying, dude, it's going to 18 cents. It's going to go to this golden pocket. This friggin' thing goes there, double bottoms, and goes crazy back up to 30 cents. It actually doesn't look too bad up here. I mean, you probably sell back down into this like 24, 23 cent range again, maybe. But I think you actually have the potential to go back up and revisit 40 cents. Just looking at the structure of the chart. I don't know. Oh, this is such a weird look. Oh, it's so volatile and fun to watch. This really gets my chart nerd boners up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I shouldn't talk about that on YouTube. But anyway, so that's the video. I know it's kind of loosey-goosey. We were kind of messing around a little bit. Be on the lookout for that other video today. I'll give you my thoughts on all the shillery that's occurring within the AMC community the past few weeks. I'm going to go get ready, go to the gym at 5 o'clock, which is going to be great. I can't wait to crowd surf to the hack squat machine. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure I have a Discord in the link down below. It's only like $8,000 per second to join, so I think it's pretty fair, pretty cheap rate. So go check that out, and then you can follow me on Twitter. The Twitter is also like I think we just bumped the price up because of inflation to like $1 million per minute to follow me on Twitter. But I only take cash. So, and the way that that works also is because like I don't want it to go through the mail. And I also don't want advance payment just in case I change the price too. So I need you to physically deliver me $1 million a minute in order to follow me on Twitter. So I know it's a little inconvenient, but I think that there's enough value there to be had. So if you want to join, the link is down below. So yeah, have a good rest of your day. And yeah, dude. Oh, dude. My buddy brought up, reminded me of Care Package, the Drake album, which obviously is just a bunch of like 2010 and 2015 like SoundCloudy kind of songs from Drake, dude. Dude, when I tell you, man, I was crying about like I was just crying when I listened to it, because like I was just thinking about, what Drake does, man. But anyway, I guess that's just emotion. Should probably come around soon as I settle down. Some motion. I guess that's just emotion. Sometimes you quit covering stocks. Oh man. All right. Oh man, not again. Back to back like the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97. Whoa. All right. Have a good rest of your day. Peace. Hug your loved ones, man. Give them a big old bear hug for me, okay? A bear hug. Give them a bit. Look, because they're going to need it, all right? Give them a... just give them a good old Dave hug, all righty? All right.